This list of American Idol stars who've died includes a runner-up, a third-place finisher, and 5 top 12 finalists. Season 7 has been devastated, but Season 5 isn't far behind. Drug and alcohol-related deaths and suicides aren't all that common. There's a far more universal problem facing these singers after the show. See if you can spot any trends. Mandisa's death on April 18th was the third tragic event to affect Season 5 of American Idol in the last 15 months. Right now, nobody really knows what happened. There was a lot of messages from friends and supporters who said things like, "She's no longer suffering," which was a nod to her open mental health struggles and past thoughts of suicide. But then her father said he doesn't think that's what happened. John Hundley painted the picture that finds the Grammy-winning gospel singer dead on one side of the bed, her cell phone on the other, as if she couldn't reach it. She'd been battling COVID-19, he says, and that opens up all sorts of possibilities, so we're going to hold off on speculating, if you will. A second Season 5 singer is next, but she's not who I was referring to when I said there were 3 tragedies since February 2023. Those hit Katharine McPhee, her nanny was killed in a car accident, and Kelly Pickler, whose husband Kyle did die by suicide. If you watched Season 5, you may remember a singer named Paula Goodspeed. She was one of the singers that the show focused on to laugh at, but it was a little bit uncomfortable because she was a huge fan of Paula Abdul's, maybe even a little bit of a stalker.
I really like Paula Abdul a lot. She's really cool.
If I remember right, she brought sketches of Paula to the audition, and she didn't make it, and 2 years later died by suicide in a car parked right outside Paula's house. It was an intentional drug overdose, and y'all, if you get into this video and you start thinking that an alarming number of American Idol singers have died, I think you're right. In 2 minutes, we're going to compare the death rates for idols and normal people. It's not good. These next 3 singers were all part of Season 7, and 2 of them came within 2 months. Alexis Cohen was put on television for fans to laugh at as well. Looking back, it really seems sort of awful that we enjoyed that kind of thing, doesn't it? Comment below, or let me know if you appreciated the days of Simon Cowell. After Glitter Girl's failed audition, she stormed out of there, throwing middle fingers up at the camera.
Simon, take it! Take it! Take it! Take it!
Her audition was a part of a larger package that featured the life she lived in a studio apartment with her mother. It was humanizing and made what happened next really hit. Alexa would try out again in Season 8, and months later die in a hit-and-run accident in New Jersey. She was just 25 years old. 8 of the next 10 are finalists, including rocker Michael Johns, who impressed judges with songs like Aerosmith's Dream On in Season 7. The Australian finished 8th that year. This is the David Cook season, and he kept making music until his death in August 2015 at age 35. He had a disease called dilated cardiomyopathy. Ruben Studdard was among his mourners. Joanne Borgella was a semifinalist that season, and later she'd become a successful model. Sadly, she was diagnosed with endometrial cancer in 2013 and died 1 year later. The 32-year-old detailed her cancer journey via social media to the very end. I mentioned how drugs and alcohol only occasionally played a role in the death of an American Idol singer. This next one is an example of that. Mark Tate Lynch was a former Mickey Mouse Club singer who made it to Season 3 of American Idol, but not much further. He died December 2015 at 34 years old. The cause of death was acute and chronic alcoholism. In a different kind of way, alcohol would be part of what killed Season 2 finalist Ricky Smith in May 2016. Clay Aiken remembered the 9th place finisher as having a beautiful voice, and fans appreciated how this former teacher was chasing his dream. It didn't totally work out for him, so he moved back to Oklahoma, where his car was struck by a drunk driver. "I sit here with utter disbelief about the fact that you went to be with the Lord," Ruben Studdard would say. I've counted 252 top 12 finalists through 21 finished seasons of American Idol. Of those, 8, or 3.2%, have died within the last 10 years. That's 1 of every 31, which doesn't sound like much until you compare it to the average death rate of Americans, 15 to 54 during that same time. That death rate is anywhere from 1 in 160 to 1 in 2,000. I'm not sure if you told me that I could make it to the American Idol finals, but there's a 1 in 31 chance that I was going to die. I would take that bet. Of course, you'll soon see that the deaths are mostly random. Season 3 finalist Leah LaBelle died in 2018 when a car driven by her boyfriend veered off the road, hit a parking meter and flipped. She was only 31. About 9 months later, 26-year-old Haley Smith would die when her motorcycle crashed. Her dad would say that he suspected she swerved to avoid a deer. Haley was a semi-finalist during season 11. These next two are really the saddest. I loved Nikki McKibbin from season 1 of American Idol. She finished third behind Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini, and afterwards shared her sobriety journey publicly on shows like Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. She was a light, as well as a mother and a wife. On November 1st, 2020, she died after suffering a brain aneurysm. Willie Spence's death was just as unexpected. He finished second to Chase Beckham on season 19 of American Idol, but died in the fall 2022 when his car veered off I-24 in Tennessee and ran into the back of a tractor trailer. Hours before the accident, perhaps just as he was hopping in the car to leave, he shared what would end up being his final performance.
You are my hiding place. You always fill my heart with songs.
Chronologically, Mandisa's death was most recent, but before her was CJ Harris, a 6th place finisher from season 13 of American Idol. That was Caleb Johnson's season. Keith Urban was a judge that year, and he praised his rock, soul, and blues standards. Sadly, CJ had a heart attack in his home in Jasper, Alabama in January 2023, and he died just a few weeks earlier. He'd promised new music very soon. I dropped a link to a video that I think you'll enjoy right here, and YouTube select the one they think you'll like for right here. I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.